the night before the race at the mountain centre, and we're just onto the final few kit checks now. Everyone seems to have passed. Once they've done this, they'll go sign their waivers, pick up their merchandise and their trackers, and then they're out into the teepees for the night. It's -15 tonight, so when they're out in the teepee sleeping, it'll be a real test of their kit. Tomorrow will be the test if their training's been good enough. Some of these guys have been training for up to 3 years for this event, and they're going to find out over the next 5 days if everything they've been doing up until this point was the right thing.
In particular, I like the running aspect of it, but other than that, I think it's that there's no man-made objects around anywhere where you are in most of this. And despite there being 30 plus people in the field, you can literally be on your own, but still know that you're looked after and safe.
This is the first time I try a race during snow and cold, and I will gather some experience to see how it is. The main challenge will be in gathering the right equipment. You can't get too warm clothing, otherwise you will sweat all the time and your things getting wet and then you'll get cold. Or you have too less and you get cold anyway, so I guess this will be very challenging. I did some races in the desert, I did races in the mountains, but I never before did races here in the snow in the Arctic Circle. This will be a new experience.
I was here last year, but I had my first DNF due to injury. So I thought, let's give it a go again this year. The uniqueness of this is the extremes of it. Trying to find a race that's different. Obviously having done this before as well. They're a great team, the VTU team. So that's why I'm back again.
I've never done a multi-stage event like this before, and I saw Beyond the Ultimate online, and it just really, the scenery from the previous race, the footage from the previous race just really drew me in, and it just looked absolutely stunning, like the opportunity to come to the north of Sweden and like to run in such a protected environment with the Sami and the reindeer. It just looked absolutely amazing, and a once in a lifetime opportunity to be able to take part in this, and I'm so excited to be able to do it and that kind of thing. And the training has been amazing, and to be able to do it, so I'm really looking forward to it, and the weather is meant to be amazing, so, and everyone here is really kind and friendly, so yeah, I can't wait.
Been very kindly asked to tell people why I'm here. I'm not sure I know the answer, but we were talking earlier on, actually one of the previous competitors was back for a third try at this, and hit on it really is that challenging the fear, challenging that kind of, something like this, you could look through a lot of different races and think, that seems good, I could do that, and you stumble across something like Beyond the Ultimate, I think, I don't know if I could do that, you know, and that kind of draws me in, because I know that within that, for me, it's important to kind of feel that fear, which I'm feeling now, feeling that nervousness and that kind of trepidation, feel that, and then kind of lean into it a little bit and find out whether there's something in there. Questions will be asked of me over the next 5 days, and I hope to be able to answer them. I don't know what the answers are, but hopefully we'll find that out as we go.
I'm a GP and I'm from Gibraltar. So this is my third BTU race in about the last 5 months. So I did my first one in Kenya, and then I was in Namibia a few months back, and so that was the desert, and now I'm taking on the ice. So a complete change of environment, and I'm like doing this just to push myself and see what it's possible to achieve, and ultimately I'm hoping to be the first person to be able to complete the entire global series in the space of 10 months.
I think races like this sort of provide a break, an opportunity to sort of touch the edges, take a look at, find out where the edges are, instead of a pursuit where everything is defined, things change quickly. So it's a bit of a different approach. You can't plan for everything, so you have to adapt and move, and I think that's what these types of races offer, is just a bit more of a free fall at times that you can't plan for, and see how well you can manage. And no, you're not always successful, but that usually is what brings you back the next time, is trying to solve the puzzle the next time around.
My name is Rachel. I'm from Arizona in the USA, and I'm here to run the Swedish Ice Ultra. Super stoked. This is my first Arctic rodeo. A little scared, don't exactly know what to expect, but I mean, I feel prepared. Really excited to be here. It is my third self-sufficient stage race. I ran across Kenya with B2U a couple months ago. That was absolutely the best race ever. I love feeling like I'm on some sort of like expedition or journey, you know, instead of just simply racing something. It makes me feel more in tune with myself, and also just being here around all these amazing people from all over the world makes me super happy. Going to be raising money as well for Girls on the Run, which is a charity that funds extracurricular running programs for young girls throughout the nation. So I'm doing this race, and then in 2 months, Marathon des Sables, and then 2 months after that, Badwater 135. So I'm just pumped. I'm just really trying to run a bunch of extreme races all over the world and have an amazing adventure on every single one of them. Kind of regardless of however I do, I just want to enjoy the atmosphere where I'm at. You know, feeling so lucky to be here, running across, Swedish Lapland. It's a dream come true. What draws me back to running a B2U event is just the amazing camaraderie of everyone who's, you know, putting this event on. The medics, I felt like when I was in Kenya, running through the heat, you know, running with all this equipment on my back, through literal wildlife, the medics were taking good care of me at all times. I always felt supported, always well looked after. They just find a way to put us in the most extreme, exotic climates possible, but also keeping it safe, keeping it fun, and also keeping it kind of intimate, which I like. Just keeping it to a smaller group of people, which allows me to kind of meet everyone. Like I feel like when I did Kenya, there's not like one person I didn't get to speak to. And I love that because I got to know everyone's stories, including the medics, the rangers, everyone. So yeah, again, the camaraderie of B2U just makes it so different from everyone else. And I love that. Happy birthday to
you. So this is going to be my first proper multi-stage event, and certainly the first event with B2U. A little over 3 years ago, I lost my little boy and decided that I needed to do a big challenge. And over a couple of beers with some good friends of mine, we decided to sign up to the Ice Ultra. Now 3 years later, one of those guys is now in New Zealand, the other guy ran it last year, and now I'm here running it on my own. So it's been a bit of a journey getting here. I've just come back from Australia for 12 months, which hasn't been the ideal preparation, but you know, I'm ready for a challenge. I'm ready to really push myself to the limits, and B2U seems to provide the adventure that I'm looking for, and so I'm really excited about being here.
After doing the spine race 7 times, I wanted a new challenge, and I really wanted to feel out of my comfort zone. And having seen the event, I thought this really was the race to do that. It's looking cold, and whilst I've dealt with some pretty challenging conditions on the spine, this is a different type of cold, and I just want to see if I can adapt to it and overcome the difficulties that will be presented.
Just felt Beyond the Ultimate offered an opportunity to go to an extreme part of the world that I would never have the confidence to explore. Of course, the other factor with these sorts of events, especially the smaller groups of people, is the camaraderie and the atmosphere directly with people. Demonstrated quite obviously this evening. I've arrived here after 3 years of training and all the prep that goes into the kit, very specialist kit. I had no kit up until an hour ago, and we are at the start line. I had no kit because the airline lost it. Half an hour ago there was a shout out by KRIS, the race director here. Within 10 minutes people have donated stuff to enable me to live the dream race that I'm here to do. I don't know where you'd get that.
I am Christina Madsen. I am from Denmark, and I'm really looking forward to the Ice Ultra. Well, I did the desert race because I wanted to do one of the warmest multi-stage races in the world, combined with one of the coldest races in the world. So here I am. I have been training in Denmark in a big freezer that went down to minus 30 degrees to acclimatize for the cold. And to get used to the snowshoes, I've been running on the sandy beaches on the west coast. So hopefully that have prepared me to the environment here.
I'm from Miami Beach, Florida, a really warm environment, so I'm out here to tackle the cold, which is something like very, very different for me. This is actually my first stage race, my first ultra marathon. I've never run more than 26.2 miles in a single day, so this is going to be quite the adventure for me. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try the best I can, give all my heart and soul into this, and I'm out here with all the other girls to show that women can be strong, women can tackle the Arctic too. And yes, I'm out here to also represent the Girl Scouts. I'm just out here to have a great time and to inspire others to do the same.
So all the runners have done their kit check. They're bonding really well at the moment. It's almost time to bed down in the teepees. It's started to snow and we're looking at around about -15 tonight. It's going to be a great day tomorrow though. Sun is shining and they're in for a good one.